Hello, my beautiful viewer. Have you ever caught yourself convincing yourself not to take a loss on a trade only to end up with a much bigger loss? Or maybe you caught a winning trade, everything was fine, everything was going good, you're seeing good profit, and did not take any profit at all and ended up in a big huge loss. That position turned into a loss. Or maybe your mistakes are constantly finding yourself taking trades too early and getting kicked out, and then the trade continues in the same direction, or moving your stop loss too close and getting kicked out and the same trade continues. Or maybe you find yourself doing the analysis, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, all of it, but when it's time to take the trade, you freeze in front of your screen. I remember Bitcoin Gorilla. I am going to share with you the tips and the pros use to sustain themselves without any scratch, waking up every day and making good money, and they continue to grow, while others who come into the market are flushed up in just less than 2 years after starting trading. I'll come back and tell you more on this.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over.
Alright, welcome back. So the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that many crypto day trading beginners fail to understand that there are 3 types of analysis. To be successful, you must understand there's something they call fundamental analysis, that is having a prior knowledge or having knowledge of the coin you are trying to trade, right? Then secondly, it's called technical analysis, that is having knowledge of the price movement and what the price is likely going to do next based on previous data. Then the third one, which is the least talked about and the most important one, and why so many keep failing in crypto day trading, it is called mental analysis. I know a lot of people use the word trading philosophy to cover that, but the real language I want to use, thanks to Mark Douglas in his book Trading in the Zone, he says mental analysis is the reason why so many traders fail, and I will tell you is the reason why you are struggling, and I'm going to break it down for you to understand. Now, mental analysis is you constantly questioning yourself why the technical analysis is going on and why the trade is on. You see, it's easy to do technical analysis, it's easy to do fundamental analysis, but when it comes to sitting through a trade after you enter a trade, to get to your target successfully, we need mental analysis. You have to constantly question yourself if what the action you're doing, the precaution it could bring to you. Now, after questioning yourself, you have to be able to quiet the voices in your head to be able to carry out that analysis you've already made mentally. Let me break it down. Let's take, for example, you do analysis on your fundamental analysis on Bitcoin and you're supposed to buy at 30k, right? Now remember, there are 2 decisions you must make, either to buy or to sell. Your technical analysis told you buy and you've done your fundamental analysis. Now when it's time to buy, the challenge, because the candles are probably showing a little red, or maybe the last candle was red on 4 hours, you become completely confused because now it's flashing sell and you are contradicting, and maybe everybody around is shouting sell, but your fundamental analysis says buy. Now you are contradicting yourself. This is where mental analysis is very important, because the pros have learned to do the mental analysis, that they have learned to be emotionless. See, the mind controls your emotions and your reactions. So if they see a buy, they stick to the plan. If they see a sell, they stick to the plan. But how do you stick to the plan, especially in such an uncertain market? Now they have developed the trading laws. So what are these trading laws? So these trading laws help them in their mental analysis. It helps them know, if I see this, don't do this. Simple. So when that time of voices in their head comes telling them that no, don't buy, is going to dump, or take that profit, if they know that their target is up, they know that no, quiet that voice. That's the mental analysis. They're probably in the trade sitting quiet, you're not hearing them. It's going on in the head. This is what so many new traders feel. Probably they're in a trade, they see a serious warning. A regular trader might say no, it's going to continue pumping, it will keep bouncing. No, a real pro who has been in this market, who has gone through mental challenge, knows what mental analysis is there to tell itself, that's the warning, I know what that is, get out of that trade. Or even if I'm not getting out of the trade, take profit. At least, even if you're not taking all the profit, take some amount of profit off the table. So the constant mental analysis allow him to be at the top of his game, because not just entering the trade, he has to successfully sit through the trade. And that is where a lot of people fear comes in, and he must know when to take action. He must know when to be patient. He must know when to act. And all this comes from the mental analysis. So if you miss the aspect of mental analysis, here's the secret of the pro. When a pro takes a loss, he doesn't go blaming himself and say, I will quit trading is not for me. And no, he brings in the mental analysis. And what does the mental analysis do? He asks himself, what just happened? He will analyze the trade he just failed on. Okay, I saw this entry, I took the setup, I did everything I had to do. What was the mistake? So after he checked the mistake, the price, whatever loss he took, was the price of that mistake. So he will put it in his mental analysis that the next time you're making that mistake, this is the cost of this mistake. So you would not want to repeat it. The next time he sees the same warning, he will remember how much it cost him, he will avoid it. That is mental analysis. The next time he sees a sideways market, a consolidation, he knows that he loses money each time he trades this, and he remember how much he loses. His mental analysis will put it on him that, hey, it is better to wait for a better opportunity, clear opportunity. So he knows when to avoid the market and when to trade, which is very important, because what so many people feel is trading is 80% waiting, 10% buying, 10% selling. The trap comes in the 80%. That's a huge percent that says you should do nothing and just wait. It's ridiculous for some people to understand, but this is what makes the pros successful. When they lose, they sit down, analyze the loss, pick the lesson, and move on. And as much as possible, they have trading rules that help them control their position sizing, their risk. It's very important. They never do anything without discipline, and you cannot be disciplined if you don't have mental analysis. It's the mental analysis that will keep you disciplined. The discipline is to question your every move, but it does not mean you should be scared. So how do you overcome fear? Still mental analysis. When you define your risk, is mental analysis. How much do I lose in this? Is what gives you the confidence to know when to take action. If I want to take a trade, I must use my stop loss. And if I'm using my stop loss, how much must I lose? If I cannot put 10,000 on the table and expect to lose everything before I pull out of a trade, I must define my loss. So let's say I cannot lose more than $100. Once I see $100, I will exit. It means I have put a mental law down, in my mental analysis, that you are in this trade, you are not allowed to lose more than $100. So when I start seeing $100 loss, I will exit the trade. I will not sit back and start arguing that maybe it will bounce. Is it? That is what the mental analysis will do, because it will remind you the last time you did the same mistake and failed. So avoid the mistake. And not just that, it will remind you that if you exit the trade, you can try again. The market is open 24/7. So the pros knows that it is not by constantly entering the market that they make it, but they know that mental analysis and timing and the right trade. So with the mental analysis, when they see their setup, they don't argue. They just define their risk and they took the action. They takes the action, and if their mental analysis says the trade still have potential, they will sit through it. So this is my tip. I remain Bitcoin Gorilla. I'm going to do more of this video. If you guys actually show love to this video and put subscribe if you like it, just show me love. If I see over 100 likes in this video, trust me, I'll make more tips for you on how to become a successful crypto day trader. Remember, always analyze the mental. What goes on in the brain is what determines the action you end up taking, not your fundamental analysis, not your technical analysis.